Yo, what's up guys? I'm Alleging Tuna and this is an episode of Tuna's Tips, a video series where I cover the upcoming raid bosses in Pokemon Go and give you the best idea of counters to use to maximize your success, mainly by dealing super effective damage. We're gonna hop right into it. We've got Regirock hopping back into raids. Yep, Regirock comes back tomorrow, February 15th at 10 a.m. local time. It's gonna be here until February 22nd at 10 a.m. local time. That means there's going to be a raid hour also featuring Regirock tomorrow, February 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. We use PokeBattler to show us what counters to use because it shows us the top 30. So let's head on over and check it out. Regirock comes in two forms. The shiny is available as well as the non-shiny. Has a maximum CP of 1784 when it is not weather boosted and 2230 when it is weather boosted, and it will be boosted in partly cloudy conditions. Regirock is a rock type Pokemon. Yeah, it's a rock type. If you can't remember that, just remember it's got rock in the name, so it's a rock type. Okay, sweet. That means it's going to be weak to 5 things. Okay, 5 things. Rock is weak to 5 things: fighting, grass, ground, steel, and water. All right, fighting, grass, ground, steel, and water. Those are the weaknesses for Regirock. Let's check out some of our counters here. We're gonna look at our megas, shadows, and non-mega, non-shadows. Okay, first we're gonna cover those megas. That's what we've got pulled up over here, PokeBattler. All right, our top counters: Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. Those aren't available in the game, but they will be soon. Hoenn Tour is very, very soon, just around the corner. But Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, we're gonna skip over those for now, leaving your top counter in the game as a mega right now as Swampert, Sceptile, and Blaziken. Okay, you guys, Mega Swampert as a water type, Mega Sceptile as a grass, and Blaziken coming in as a fire type, but you're going to be using it as a fighting type. Okay, still going to be weak to rock though, keep that in mind. Well, it'll take normal damage, right? Because fire is weak to rock and fighting resists rock, so it just takes neutral damage. Is that correct? Let me know in the comments below if I'm right about that, and we'll try to correct it moving forward. Mega Swampert, you want to make sure that has Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon is a Community Day move. Mega Sceptile needs to have Bullet Seed and Frenzy Plant. Again, Frenzy Plant is a Community Day move. Both of those moves, Elite TMs for Hydro Cannon, Frenzy Plant, and as well as Mega Blaziken, which is good because Focus Blast is not a Community Day move. Okay, counter and Focus Blast on that Blaziken. If we look further down for more counters, Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. Remember, that's a Community Day move. Elite TM only for Mega Blastoise. If we look some more, Mega Gallade isn't in the game yet, so we can skip over that. Mega Alakazam is an interesting choice because it is a Psychic type Pokemon. Usually when you bring Mega type Pokemon, you want to bring them so they boost damage of your teammates that are in there with you. There aren't going to be any other Psychic type damage being dealt in those raids, so Mega Alakazam, we might skip over that one, but if that's your only option, like, bring it. It deals some damage, counter and Focus Blast on that Pokemon if you need to bring him. Our next choices, we've got Mega Venusaur showing up on that list. Mega Venusaur with Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant. Again, Frenzy Plant is an Elite TM move. Okay, Mega Venusaur. We keep going, you're going to have Mega Gyarados coming up as, I think that's the last one in the top 30, but Mega Gyarados as a water type with Waterfall and Hydro Pump, and that's it. Yeah, so that covers the Megas. We're going to look at the Shadow type Pokemon. Shadow type Pokemon deal 20% extra damage just because they're Shadow, okay? That Shadow bonus. They'll take a little bit extra damage, but they're going to deal 20% more. Look, Metagross is your top counter for Shadows. Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. It's got a pretty low time to win on that thing too. 784. Regirock is pretty tanky, so 784 seconds is pretty decent in the way of timing for beating that boss. Shadow Metagross, top. Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash is an Elite TM move, so make sure it has Meteor Mash. Don't bring it if it has Flash Cannon. Not nearly the same. Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash or leave it on the bench, okay? Shadow Machamp is your second best Shadow counter with Karate Chop and Dynamic Punch. Now, Karate Chop does deal slightly more damage, okay? If I look at this, the difference between Karate Chop and counter, Karate Chop Dynamic Punch opposed to counter and Dynamic Punch, according to this, is a 3-second time to win difference. Okay, so I don't think that it's going to be worth using an elite charge, an elite quick TM to put karate chop on your Machamp. But if you really want to use your Machamp and you're trying to push those limits on like short manning bosses and stuff like that, then sure, put karate chop. But if you're just going in groups, you and your friends trying to get things down, counter will be just fine. Okay, counter and dynamic punch on Shadow Machamp, followed by Shadow Swampert. Shadow Swampert as a ground and water type, Mud Shot and Hydro Cannon. Again, Hydro Cannon is another elite TM move. Hydro Cannon is really good though, so yeah, Shadow Swampert for sure. Shadow Mamoswine is up there with Mud Slap and High Horsepower. Everybody's favorite move, it's High Horsepower. Bring those Shadow Mamoswines. You can bring a Shadow Torterra with Razor Leaf and Frenzy Plant. Remember, Frenzy Plant's another elite TM move, elite charge TM that is. But Torterra, pretty sweet. Followed by, you got Hariyama up there with counter and dynamic punch. Shadow Feraligatr with Waterfall and Hydro Cannon. Again, Hydro Cannon's another elite TM move. Shadow Tangrowth makes an appearance with Vine Whip and Power Whip. If we keep going, we've got Golurk as a ground type. Ground Ghost, right? So use ground moves. Mud Slap and Earth Power on your Golurk, if you will. Shadow Venusaur has Vine Whip and Frenzy Plant. Remember, Frenzy Plant, always an elite TM move. Frenzy Plant on Venusaur, unless you got it during the community day, all right? Other shadows that are worth mentioning, Shadow Execute with Bullet Seed and Solar Beam. Shadow Dragonite bringing Steel Wing and Superpower. Superpower on that Dragonite, not even stab, but out damaging some of the other non-shadow Pokemon that you see below. Shadow Mewtwo as just raw DPS with Confusion and Psystrike. Coming up as number 25 on the list. But if you have a Shadow Mewtwo with Confusion and Psystrike, sure, bring it. And then my favorite, Shadow Victory Bell. I think it's more of a meme that's on the list, sort of like I would bring it. But it does show up there as number 30 overall. That does have like legendaries and other Pokemon that are there are 29 other Pokemon that are better. But Shadow Victory Bell with Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade makes his appearance. We like Razor Leaf. If we look past non-shadows and look past shadows and megas, we're going to check out non-shadow and non-mega Pokemon. Your top damage dealer is going to be Terrakion. Terrakion has Double Kick. It just got changed over not too long ago, so where it has access to Double Kick, and it makes it deal a lot of damage. Double Kick is very good, paired with Sacred Sword, which is an elite TM move, makes it deal quite a bit of damage for a fighting type Pokemon. So Terrakion's up there. Kartana with Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade. You know how much I love Razor Leaf, but yeah, Kartana, pretty sweet choice if you got one of those Ultra Beasts and you got it powered up. Bring your Kartana. Metagross, non-shadow with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. Again, remember, bring it if it has Meteor Mash. If it has Flash Cannon, leave it at home. Not the same. Meteor Mash is an elite TM move as well. Another reminder. Keldeo, if you got the ticket to get your Keldeo. Low Kick and Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword, you would have had to put that on there at that time because Sacred Sword is an elite TM move as well. Conkeldurr's up there with Counter and Dynamic Punch. Pretty solid choice. Zarude has Vine Whip and Power Whip if you powered up a Zarude. Xurkitree is up there with Thunder Shock and Power Whip, which is kind of weird. I guess Xurkitree does a lot of damage, like it's big blast cannon, but I mean Thunder Shock and Power Whip. Okay, you can bring your Xurkitree if you would like. Also, Lucario makes an appearance up there as a fighting type. Counter an Aura Sphere on your Lucario. Garchomp with Mud Shot and Earth Power. Remember, Earth Power is a Community Day move. You're going to need to use an elite TM if you bring your Garchomp with Earth Power. Kyogre is up there. We might be getting a lot more Kyogres because it'll be in raids, right? So Kyogre, Waterfall, and Surf. If you bring your Water Kyogre, then there's Landorus Theranform. Theranform Landorus with Mud Shot and Earthquake, pretty decent. Breloom with Counter and Grass Knot. Grass Knot is an elite TM move as well, but you could have gotten it on your Breloom way back when you used to be able to evolve the Squishy up to a Breloom and it had Grass Knot. There was an event, but Breloom is up there. Kind of an interesting choice, but it works. Skyform Shaman, if you powered one of those up. Hidden Power with Grass. Hidden Power. I'm not sure how it looks with other hidden powers on there. Remember, hidden power is every different kind of damage, and you're stuck with the one that your Pokemon has. If you were lucky enough to get hidden power grass, cool. If not, there's plenty of other Pokemon you could bring. Groudon, normal Groudon, not primal, with Mud Shot and Earthquake. Empoleon, bring Metal Claw and Hydro Cannon on that Empoleon. Maybe even, yeah, you could probably get away with Waterfall on it as well, but it does suggest Metal Claw and Hydro Cannon. I don't know the differences for time to wins or damage output, but Metal Claw and Hydro Cannon on your Empoleon. Samurott makes an appearance up there with Fury Cutter and Hydro Cannon. And again, both of those Hydro Cannons, both Elite TM moves, okay? Elite Charge TM. Excadrill with Mud Slap and Drill Run makes an appearance at number 17. Normal Swampert. Regular Swampert with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. Again, Elite TM for Hydro Cannon. Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch. See, right here it shows Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch, where on the shadow it suggests Karate Chop. I'll look further into that. But Machamp, Dialga with Metal Claw and Iron Head. Landorus with Mud Shot and Earth Power. Tapu Bulu as a Grass type with Bullet Seed and Grass Knot. Kingler with Bubble and Crab Hammer. That'd be cool. Feraligatr with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon's another Elite TM move. And the final 30 here, to round out the top 30, you've got Virizion with Double Kick and Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword is an Elite TM move. If you are lucky enough to catch yourself a Galarian Zapdos with your daily incense, counter, and close combat on that burb. Mamoswine, normal Mamoswine with Mud Slap and High Horsepower comes up at 27. So you can see the difference between like Shadow and non-Shadow. Mamoswine non-Shadow comes up at 27. And then Mamoswine Shadow showed up at like number 4 on the list or something, didn't it? Let's go back and look real quick. Okay, it was actually number 7 overall. So that shows you like the power of Shadow Pokemon, okay, you guys? Rank 7 versus all the way down to 27. That's like 20 differences, right? So yeah, Mamoswine, still good choice. Mud Slap, High Horsepower. Cobalion with Double Kick, Sacred Sword. Roserade with Razor Leaf and Grass Knot. Followed by Genesect. A Genesect that doesn't have a flavored Technoblast on it. Please do not roll your Technoblast off of Genesect to give it Magnet Bomb. Just add a second move, or if it doesn't have a Technoblast at all, just make sure it has Magnet Bomb, okay? Technoblast is an Elite TM move, right? And you don't want to roll that away for something that you can just get. Just add that other move. That covers the counters, you guys. We're going to go into some team building real quick. That was a lot of counters, okay, you guys? A lot of different counters. If you've never built a team in Pokemon Go, click on your Pokeball at the bottom. Click the battle button up here on the right. Slide over to party at the top right and go all the way down to the bottom. I've got my team made right here, but if you need to make a team, right there where it says gyms and raids, click that plus button right next to it, and that'll give you the ability to add a pre-save team. Makes it so when you're raiding, you're never scrambling to put your team together or figure things out. You can simply just swipe over. You've got your team ready to go. Just heal it up and you're set, right? You're good to go. Sometimes those raid invites come late, or you're busy talking with somebody else and you forget to set your team. Well, setting your team, pre-setting your team, you don't have to worry about any of that, all right? My team, I'm bringing a Mega Blaziken. It's not Mega'd right now. 2 Terrakion, Machamp, Conkeldurr, and Lucario, okay? You can see my moves that I've got on my Pokemon up on the right-hand side of the screen over there. Counter and Focus Blast on that Mega Blaziken. Double Kick and Sacred Sword on my Terrakion. Counter and Dynamic Punch on my Machamp. Low Kick and Sacred Sword. Keldeo, I didn't have my Keldeo powered up, but I might power it up, okay? And it does have Low Kick and Sacred Sword if I was to bring it. Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch, like we mentioned earlier, and then also Lucario, or Mucario in this case, with Counter and Aura Sphere. That covers my team. I'm interested to see what kind of teams you guys bring, and if you would like to join us in some of these raids, I stream at Twitch TV/AllegingTuna 7 days a week, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. I invite you guys to raids. We hang out, have a good time. I'd love to get you into some raids. Take care out there, and we'll see you next time. Peace.